Hey, gay, it don't happen. It don't happen. It don't happen every day. It don't happen every day. Man, I saw this thing online. I said, let me share it with you guys. As na wamza di jua from ochewali tia kerea akambwa. Make our bongo no try this place where I do. Make them no try at all. I go share one video to you now, for you to know what they are capable to do. Understand? Make them no try. Make them no try them at all. I'm telling you, make them no try them. Make I allow you to watch the video and make sure you share your opinion and make sure you share the video. I love you. See you in my next video. Bye.
The breaking news that is currently trending with the speed of light at the global stage is that the Venezuelan president, Mr. Nicolas Maduro, and the beloved wife, Celia Flores, have finally been captured by the government of the United States of America under the leadership of Mr. Donald J. Trump in the early hours of Saturday, being the 3rd of January 2025. Both the president and the wife were captured and flown down to the United States of America to face their criminal charges in the United States of America as was indicted many years ago, which borders on narco-terrorism, conspiracy in drug trafficking, possession and waging of weapons like machine guns against the United States of America. These were some of the charges that Nicolas Maduro was indicted as far back as the year 2020 in the United States of America. And as was announced by the US President Mr. Donald J. Trump in the year 2024, when he doubled the bounty that was placed on the head of Nicolas Maduro up to the tune of $50 million for anyone that will lead or bring about the arrest of the Venezuelan president, Nicolas Maduro. But today, after the United States of American Army Delta Force, a Tier 1 special mission unit in the United States of American Army carried out that very operation successfully. They started by launching attack at the capital city of Venezuela, Caracas. The ground military base of the Venezuelan military was attacked. Their air base, their main air base was attacked, as well as their seaport and their signal antenna. While they launched that very attack, this Tier 1 special, mission unit of the United States of America military called the Delta Force launched their special operations as usual that led to the capture of the Venezuelan president, Mr. Nicolas Maduro, and the beloved wife, Celia Flores. And for the records, we must not forget that this United States of American Army Delta Force, being a very elite special mission unit in the US Army, was also the unit responsible for the operation in the year 2019 that brought about the death of the ISIS leader, one Mr. Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. When this special force unit launched their operation in the North Syria, surrounding the compound of the late ISIS leader, Mr. Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, shortly before he was about to be captured, the ISIS leader detonated a suicide vest he was wearing, and that was what brought about the end of his existence in this material world.
Breaking just now, Maduro, the president says, has been captured. Nicolas Maduro, president of Venezuela, has been captured, says President Trump. There will be a news conference at Mar-a-Lago on this at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Let me read you the full statement from the president. Quote, "The United States of America has successfully carried out a large-scale strike against Venezuela and its leader, President Nicolas Maduro, who has been, along with his wife, captured and flown out of the country. This operation was done in conjunction with the U.S. law enforcement. Details to follow. There will be a news conference today at 11 a.m. at Mar-a-Lago. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump."
So it is the same Delta Force unit from the U.S. Army that carried out this special operation in Venezuela that brought about the capture of Nicolas Maduro and the beloved wife, Celia Flores. Now, let's get a little bit into details. Nicolas Maduro has been the president of Venezuela since the year 2013, after the death of Hugo Chavez, the former leader of Venezuela. Then, in 2024, Nicolas Maduro contested for the third term. In that election, according to international observers and other spectators from that very election, Nicolas Maduro was declared the winner of that election against all odds, even when international observers and other internal spectators or observers of that very election reported otherwise, that there were vote buying and that the election was rigged outrightly, that Nicolas Maduro shouldn't have been announced the winner of that election, that the opposition leader was supposed to be the rightful, man for the job to be the president of Venezuela. But because probably he was still using his influence as the incumbent president of Venezuela, he was announced the president against all odds. Even the European Union at some point confirmed that Nicolas Maduro lacked legitimacy to be the president of Venezuela, but he continued his tenure. United States of American government equally at that point condemned that very election result and rained sanction on Nicolas Maduro as well as on Venezuela. Ever since then, it has not been an easy ride for Nicolas Maduro with the United States of America, owing to the fact that earlier before now, he had been indicted in a lot of criminal charges in the United States of America that borders on narco-terrorism, conspiracy in drug trafficking, and waging dangerous weapon against the United States of America. This indictment did not just happen alone for Nicolas Maduro and the wife, but with a lot of other persons numbering up to about 11 in count. And as alleged by the federal prosecutor in the United States of America in the year 2020, it was maintained in that very indictment that Nicolas Maduro and some other senior officials in the government of Venezuela collaborated with a notorious Colombian guerrilla group called Fuerzas Armadas Revolucionarias de Colombia in trafficking cocaine and weapons into the United States of America. And also, the U.S. Department of Justice equally accused Nicolas Maduro of leading a notorious criminal gang called Cartel de los Solos, of which Donald Trump had earlier also designated them as an international terrorist organization. So there are serious criminal charges against Nicolas Maduro and his associates, which Donald Trump is interested in Nicolas Maduro facing the full wrath of the law, which has also been explained by the United States of American Attorney General Bondi, that both Nicolas Maduro and the wife will face the full wrath of the law in American soil, in the American justice system, such that it will be a deterrent for future reoccurrence. Now, some public opinion are criticizing the actions of Mr. Donald J. Trump, the actions of the United States of America, saying that it is illegal, that it violates international sovereignty of the country of Venezuela. European Union has also called on the United States of America government for restraint to quench further actions in Venezuela. Russia has equally, as well as Syria and Iran, has maintained that this operation is illegal, that it violates international right of sovereignty of Venezuela. Even though the United States of America has re-emphasized their commitment of sanitizing America of illegalities, of criminalities, and cleaning up their borders. And this was the singular reason Donald J. Trump last year started building military presence at the Caribbean. And while he was building that very military presence, which also brought about the docking of the United States of American aircraft carrier and many other warships. And according to records, United States of American soldiers that are currently domiciled at the Caribbean have attacked up to about 30 boats that has been alleged in carrying out cocaine transportation and transportation of other dangerous weapons. The presence of the United States of American soldiers continued to build up at the Caribbean since last year, to the point that they've succeeded within that time till now to have seized 2 oil tankers, oil ship belonging to Venezuela. And consequently, after that very seizure, the President of the United States of America, Mr. Donald J. Trump, maintained that there is possibility of inland strikes and attack in Venezuela, that there is possibility they are going to move from coast attack on terrorists and criminal gangs and heading into Venezuela. And eventually that has happened, and Nicolas Maduro and the wife were all captured and flown down to Washington in the United States of America. Now, the bottom line here is this. While some countries may have condemned the attack or the actions of the United States of America, many citizens of Venezuela, I can tell you, are also happy with this very development, especially the opposition leaders. Do not forget that Maria Corina, who won the Nobel Peace Prize of last year in Norway, was also disqualified during the 2024 election in Venezuela from contesting as a former lawmaker. So when she was asked by the press, she welcomed any military action that was being planned or envisaged by the United States of America in an open heart. She said she will welcome even more and more military action from the United States of America. Even the opposition leader, Edmond Gonzalez, who was supposed to have won the election of 2024, but the election was stolen from him, according to international observers and other internal players during that very election, had also told the United States of America that he is very satisfied and very happy for their intervention to actually take away criminality from the land of Venezuela, that the people of Venezuela can actually exercise their electorate value and electorate right, and seeing their vote being counted for the man of their choice or for the woman of their choice. So this still boils down to the criminality and rascality in politics, which we are also seeing here in Africa, where political office holders will do everything humanly and inhumanly possible to steal election in broad daylight. And the very popular opinion or very popular submission will always be, go to court. We have the judiciary, do this and do that. I have always told people, no matter how much of a criminal, no matter how much of a rascal you may think you be in stealing election, in rigging election, you can continue to enjoy that, but you will always remember, always know that there are countries in the world like the United States of America who can step in at any time, violating all international protocols and all international laws to do whatever that needs to be done, especially when you have a case to answer in the United States of America, especially cases that borders on terrorism, narco-terrorism, drug trafficking, and other criminal offenses. You know what I mean? That is exactly what has happened in Venezuela. It further resonates with the fact that I, for one, is not an advocate and can never be an advocate of any form of rascality. While I may not totally agree to violation of international sovereignty of nation, we must always understand and bear it in mind that actions and reactions will always be equal but opposite. When you hold your people hostage, when you try to mortgage political leadership in your country, that you become the only autocratic dictator, that everything revolves all around you, you must not forget in a hurry that there is a country like the United States of America that will violate every known laws in order to come and do what is needful. Democracy is a government for the people, is a government for the people, and must be actioned by the people. People's vote must count at all times. It shouldn't continue to be business as usual. These are part of the reasons we have had several coups in Africa, in West Africa, where people get so dissatisfied that they want to jump into military regime with the mindset and thoughtfulness of getting things done. Even though I, for one, may not be an advocate of any military regime in this time and season in our existence, but our politicians must rise up to the challenges to say no to political rascality. And this puzzles me to say, do we call this capture of Nicolas Maduro and the wife, do we call it extraordinary rendition? Or there is another way to describe the capture? United States of America get capacity. Yeah, US get capacity. That is the only thing I can see, and that is the only thing I can tell. The US, United States of America in this world, they get capacity. Even Chinese government just previously visited Nicolas Maduro for some diplomatic discussions and all of that. Shortly after that, now they capture the president. America on a game mind. Well, at this point, I'll allow you guys to be the judge. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the comment section and share this video. Man, another person see him. God bless you.